about blockchain, and I'm going to showcase how actually blockchain can be implemented for payment system. So basically, to blockchain, let me tell you one scenario that if you are going to buy a painting and you want to check that is it actually prepared by the artist which the name is mentioned on the painting. How can you check the authenticity of that painting? So here we have a technology which can provide such details with single source of truth, which is verifiable, and it is tampering proof. So no one can tamper the data, verifiable, and the source is trustworthy. The source name is blockchain technology. Now, what is blockchain? So, blockchain is a constantly growing ledger that keeps a permanent record of all the transactions that have taken place in a secure, chronological, and immutable way. Let's say we divide this definition in some parts. We Here is the distribution. First word is ledger, so it collects all the transaction or all the records. Then it is constantly growing, so all the transactions will be in a queue. It is a permanent record which cannot be deleted. The transactions or the records will be stored. Then secure, as the transactions cannot be deleted or cannot be changed, it is secure. And moreover, it is kept on the network with all the clients of that network. Chronological, so all the transactions placed in a queue one by one. That's why it is chronological and it is immutable. I will show you how it makes blockchain immutable, while no one can alter any record. It's not easy. It's not anyway easier. Now let's see what blockchain can do to change the current transaction process. Now to do that, let's see how transaction works. Let's say I want to share on my phone with one of my friend. So in that scenario, I will send image and to her with an email. Okay, so in that scenario, my image will be sent to her. But that's not how it's actually. When I am sending an email, I am sending actually a copy of that image to her, and the original file will be with me. Okay, so that is what actually the double spend. When in real scenario, someone can do a double spend using the currency or net banking or any such payment methods. So in that scenario, how the process works is using a centralized system to verify the transaction, whether the transaction is valid or not, and we call that centralized system as a bank. Send money to any other third person, the bank will verify the transaction and then it will proceed it further. Now let's see how blockchain can change the transaction process and remove this centralized system, so that we can do a faster payment and with environment. So here we have the architecture of blockchain where the blocks are there. Um, the, the architecture of block will be with block number. There will be an unique number once in a blockchain. That's why it is known as nonce. Then we have the data of transaction and the previous hash. So all this data combines and makes a hash code, which is encryption, which is the encryption of the given data. Okay, so if I will change a little bit in this data field or any other field, it will change the hash code over here. And if the hash code doesn't match the pattern of a blockchain, then the block will be wrong. So in that scenario, if I alter the data over here, then here for this blockchain, I have kept a pattern that should start with 4 zeros. So to get the 4 zeros, I will have to change this. I will change it with 1, 2, 3, doesn't give me result, and I can change it to n number of times, but it takes a lot of time. So what I will do is and this has 0, 0, 0, and then the rest of the numbers. Okay, so now block of the blockchain and the transaction is stored. Now this is all about this. So whenever the transaction is made, one miner will be there who will validate the transaction. He will store the data and generate a nonce and save that block. Once this block is saved and the other transaction is done, uh, he will validate this block as well. When the second block is added to the blockchain, it will be consisting the hash code of the previous block. Okay, so combined block data and the hash code of previous block will make the second block. And in such way, this whole blockchain will be created. Now, how blockchain is secure? So let's have a scenario that let's say blockchain is a network of people where this ledger will be kept with all the people available on this network. So that's why it is called distributed ledger. Now I have a scenario of distributed blockchain where peer A has a blockchain, peer B has a blockchain, peer C has a blockchain. All of them have the same blockchain, and a hacker comes and try to change the data system with block 2. So here, if I will change anything on any block, the block next to that block will all be wrong. And if I try to mine, now to validate that, I will have to generate a nonce which is hash for this block. So I will do that. Then after getting the right result on this block, I will have to generate a valid block for next block as well, as this hash code is changed. So that changed hash code has been applied to here, and it will make a different hash code for third block. Then third. So once any block is changed, I will have to alter all the other blocks after that block. Even if I do the changes in all 4 blocks of peer B, peer A and peer C will be able to find out that something is wrong with the system of peer B, and they can change the data respectively. So in this scenario, let's say an example of Bitcoin, we have millions of users. The ledger is kept on all the systems with all of the users. So a hacker does an attack to alter that blockchain. He will have to do the same attack on all the system kept on all the client systems. Okay, so this is what provides the secure architecture for transaction system using blockchain. Now, there are certain areas which are supported by the blockchain. The first one is value. It enables unique asset to be transferred over the internet without a middle centralized agent. So let's say whether it is a currency, or it can be a real estate property, or it can be a painting, or any other thing which has some value, which has some record, it can be stored on blockchain and can be transferred to one person, from one person to another person, without any kind of centralized agent or system to validate the transaction, because the transaction on blockchain is validated by the network users themselves. So this architecture provides more reliability because it is decentralized and managed by the community who trust the network. So that's why this decentralized network ensures that there is no single point of failure which will bring the entire system down. Because if one node is down, there are millions of other nodes who can take care and continue the process. The third one is trust. Creates a permanent, secure, and unalterable record of who owns what. So, whenever a value is stored, or any graphic or any painting is sold over blockchain, then the blockchain keeps a record of who was the previous owner, who is the next owner, and all this record will be kept on all the nodes of that blockchain. Using advanced hash cryptography, information integrity is secured. Now, using these three values, using these three areas, blockchain can serve many industries like healthcare, banking sector, insurance industries, and many more. So, we are going to have a look in this industry in the next Super Saturday episode. So, till then, see ya. And if you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.